Raise your hand if you rely on a cup of coffee each morning to give you a boost of energy. It's okay, there's no shame, a lot of people do. Now keep your hand raised if that cup of coffee has ever given you jitteriness, anxiety, or even a crash. According to the American Medical Association, 85% of adults rely on 135 milligrams of caffeine each day. That is approximately 12 ounces of coffee. What if I told you you can get the same exact benefits and the same exact energy boost as coffee, but without the crash? Hello everyone, my name is Julia Yad, and today I'll be introducing you to matcha. Matcha is a drink that is an alternative to coffee with the same exact energy boost, but without the crash. By the end of this presentation, you'll be completely informed on what matcha is, how matcha is made, and why matcha is so beneficial. And as a student, or possibly someone that is currently working, we need to rely often on outside energy boosts, and a great alternative to coffee would be matcha. First, let's break down what matcha is and why it deserves the recognition it's been getting recently. What is matcha? At its core, matcha is a powdered green tea. What differentiates it though from green tea is that matcha utilizes the entire leaf. That means you're not missing out on any nutrients. And although you've likely seen matcha on social media recently, or maybe a news outlet, it actually started as a traditional Japanese tea ceremony. In these tea ceremonies, according to the Met Museum, these tea ceremonies use matcha as a reminder of mindfulness and calmness. Today, matcha comes in culinary and ceremonial grades. Culinary is typically a less vibrant and colored grade that is maybe less in taste, and on the other hand, ceremonial grade is very strong in taste. Typically, you'll find that ceremonial is earthy and has a very umami taste, while culinary can be a bit dull in color and a bit grassy in taste. Now that you know what matcha is, let's dive into how matcha is made. How is matcha made? Matcha is hand-picked tea leaves. Typically, matcha goes through a very tedious growing process. It's planted under a shaded structure, and that process is what gives it its very bright color that we discussed in the previous slide. Now, it's picked when it's young to ensure high quality, and typically it's harvested, then it's dried and grinded into a fine powder. If you're willing to make matcha at home, its preparation is simple but can be a bit challenging. All you'll need is hot water, your matcha, and a whisk, or typically traditional matcha whisks are known as a chasen. All you'll need is to mix approximately 2 grams of matcha with some hot water, and then you'll use your whisk to froth up the matcha. It can be served with milk, and you could choose the milk of your choice. Oftentimes people opt for oat milk, almond milk, or other dairy milks. It is served in a variety of ways. That includes lattes, smoothies, desserts, and it's often baked into other desserts. Now that you know how matcha is made, let's discuss its benefits, which is where its uniqueness lies. Why is matcha beneficial? Matcha is very beneficial in terms of health benefits. It starts off with its energy boost. Matcha is overall less caffeine, which is what we discussed at the beginning. Matcha has 60 milligrams of caffeine per cup, while coffee has 100 milligrams. That's a 40 milligram difference. Its health benefits, it's full of antioxidants. And if you're not aware, antioxidants help protect cells. It also boosts metabolism, and according to Cleveland Clinic, it has catechins, which help with heart health. Now, for the brain, it contains L-theanine. That helps with calmness and reducing stress, which makes matcha a overall better alternative to coffee, because not only are you just getting an energy boost, You're also getting a bunch of health benefits combined with brain benefits. So matcha is not just a trendy drink. It's full of health benefits that will help you and give you an energy boost throughout your day. Let's summarize what we talked about. As we talked about, in summary, matcha is a powdered form of green tea. It's passed down through several generations and has gained popularity again through social media because people have realized how beneficial it is to a person's health. Now, it also has a very tedious growth process, which kind of gives it a higher price point. However, it has a very unique taste. And as we discussed, it promotes a variety of benefits, from energy benefits to brain health to just overall health benefits. And I want you to think about this. The next time you're reaching for a cup of coffee in the morning, I want you to consider matcha as a healthier and better alternative instead. Thank you.